What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself from games I've never played or heard about. Today is a platinum request on Patreon for Orange. This is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I have not done this game, but I have done a few Monster Hunters before. And this song is called Brachydios theme. That's all I know. So, never seen this one. I don't know why the image says double cross, but we'll see. Kind of a short one, but here we go. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Brachydios theme. We're building some tension. Ooh, that horn section in the back. Wait, here again. Look at this logo, by the way. It's so, like, in your face. Gong. This is intense. Damn. I was not expecting this at a Monster Hunter. Good job, Orange. You did it again. I'm getting a scenery of like cliffs and or like climbing or ascension, altitude, etc. Maybe even dragons. But dragons feel so vague to say with this game, but that's what I feel. So much percussion. Gongs. Everything. Very tribal. Kind of scary. Little flute. I just thought of something. Ooh. I feel like this is what you would hear before your inevitable demise. And since this is a character theme, I'm guessing this is a boss. I think this game is all bosses, isn't it? I don't know. Nice. That wasn't even me that did that. That was the video itself just paused like that. Nice. Damn, you couldn't at least faded it out or something. Okay, well, rejoice, Monster Hunter fans. This sounds terrible, but I actually like this one. Now, let me explain a little if you have not seen my other Monster Hunter reactions, which hasn't been many. I want to say maybe less than 4 or 5. up until this, Monster Hunter was kind of on my list of. I mean, I don't have an official list, just kind of like my mental list of series that I would. I don't want to use the word avoid, but would fancy to not hear all the time, I guess. Basically, it's all been very just ambient background noise, and I've explained many times that I love that style of music. But in video games, I kind of don't like it too much, just because it's I don't know, it's just more atmospheric, and I like songs and melodies and things of that nature. But also at the same time, you cannot imagine anything but these types of songs in those games, if that makes sense. Before I move on, I just want to use a quick example on that, because I don't want people to think that I'm bashing on Monster Hunter. It's just imagine this or Elden Ring or anything like of that sort that has this type of music. Now imagine if that had actual, like, the music that I'm talking about. It wouldn't work, right? It wouldn't sound, it just wouldn't work. This one did stick out though. It was quite intense, more so than the other ones that I recall. It definitely felt different than the other ones. It felt like it kind of grabbed me right away. It felt like I was in the middle of a battle. It was that kind of energy of like, oh, this is it. This is serious time now. And just based on the title alone, Brachydios, it gives me the feeling of like boss, or just like a big enemy at this current time. I don't know what Monster Hunter is, but I feel like it's a lot of bosses, but I could be totally wrong about that. But that's what it feels here, especially with the name Dios, which is God in Spanish. I'm thinking quite big. I don't know what Brachy means. So it stood out, and I kept thinking more of a setting. And it made me think two things. One, I kept seeing like cliffs, mountain ranges, type of thing, dragons as well. But when I said dragons, it's kind of vague, but because I feel like a lot of Monster Hunter is dragons, but I did just like see a dragon. But then it made me think of something that I never thought of before, because I've seen like slight images of this game here and there, and I thought of the setting of outside, and then I thought to myself, is this whole game outside? Like, are all Monster Hunters just take place like in the wilderness? I never actually thought about that and sat there and just pondered that. I feel everything I've seen has been in some sort of jungle, outside range, hillside type of thing, and I don't think I've ever seen any sort of wall or building in this whole series. But I've seen very little, so that's why I'm asking. So maybe my idea of what settings are just what's the images that I have in my head, which are very, very little. I really did like the use of all the percussion, the gong, hand percussion, all these kind of tribal sounding like instruments. I don't even know all the names of them, but it just reminded me of stuff like martial arts films. Like I thought of like the intro to Rambo 3, things like that. So it kind of made me feel like, oh man, this is kind of like this is a big deal. But it's interesting because I look at this image and I see something more of like, when I see this, I think something more like arcade and maybe like run and gun, just based on the way it looks. As far as I know, that is not the case. It is very much a kind of exploration sandbox type, where you just kill a bunch of big monsters. But that's as much as I know. I could be totally wrong as well. But I was kind of interesting. I was kind of curious because it says Double Cross. So maybe this is a kind of like translation thing. It's called Double Cross somewhere else, and over here it's called Generations Ultimate. I don't know, but really cool. I actually dug that. Nothing stood out to me per se. Not that something has to. I can't have something stand out in every single song that I hear. But to me, it stood out in its own way of amongst its peers that I've heard. Where I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like hesitant on Monster Hunter stuff. It was just like, it's all gonna sound the same, and what am I gonna think of to say? Honestly, like these things go through my head, even though they come to me naturally and just at the top of my head. It's if I haven't had a lot of good luck with something, then I was just nervous, basically is what I'm saying. But that's no more. I feel rejuvenated. I feel the rest of my 12 or so Monster Hunter that I have left, I'm eager to check those out. So, breath of relief. So we could take orange for that, for the request on that. But that's all I have to say. It was different, and I actually really liked the intensity. Maybe I just like intense stuff. That's not true. I like everything. But I guess when it comes to atmospheric, ambient type tracks, I guess prefer the more intense stuff as opposed to rhythmically intense, not just horns that are intense. Right? I mean, like actually like kind of driving rhythms and battle type music. But regardless, I'll listen to everything anyways, and I'll give everything a fair chance. I more enjoy the fact that people enjoy these themselves and they're sharing it with me because it reminds them of like a good time or something, and they just want to hear someone who's never heard it without any context and just kind of have some thoughts over it. Welcome to the channel. If you want to make your own request, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine, and those are the guaranteed ways I will check out your request. If you do not want to wait in that list, which is gigantic by the way, there is the Platinum Trophy tier on Patreon, which Orange here is a part of, and that expedites your request to the very top of the list. A big shout out to my other Platinum supporters: Aiden, Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, Rogue Monk, Solid Bullet 066, Your Average Metalhead, Lord Daddy, and Sakainua Ride. He told me how to say it, and I think I still butchered it, but it's okay. Big thank you to everyone that you see over here on the left side of your screen. Those are my Patreon supporters. I could not be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. Monster Hunter fans that have not given up on me, and whoever just watches these in general, thank you so much. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. Have a great day. Peace.